invite the monk to come up here and give a little history on the temple and just pretty much how the Southeast Asian community, specifically the Cambodian community, was able to rebuild their community in the city of Providence after being resettled from war. So, my Khmer isn't that great, so I have my dad helping me. Thanks, Dad.
Vậy Khmer nè.
Okay.
Nhôm jump prai vô rồi đó. Cho crowd bị cách lục vậy thấy miền ấy thì quạt vậy nè. Chẳng lục vậy bà đó vậy.
Yeah, but then we have a 5-minute break and then they're gonna go on.
Okay.
So 15 minutes.
Vậy bị bọt ấy mình tích bị bong bóng Khmer dân bị đá mình tích. Hello everyone. My name Panya Sum. I can say I'm a president of the temple here. But right now I'm not speak English. I will speak in Cambodia and he is translate for me. Nhung cho chết quá. Nà chấm ran po, nhiệt nhôm sập rò sậy pro hay sôm chấm ran po đal nạ cho ruom nà tầng ọt niaในក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះហើយអរគុណច្រើនសម្រាប់ការជ្រើសរើសទីតាំងពោលគឺវត្តធម្មការ៉ាមនេះដើម្បីធ្វើកម្មវិធីនេះដែលផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យព្រះសង្ឃក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងបានបង្ហាញនៅប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់
Hello everyone, welcome and we want to thank everyone to join this event and thank you for picking this temple to be the place to host the event so that the monk and other elders can enjoy the event too.
ណាឥឡូវនេះចូលទៅដល់សេចក្តីតែម្ដងទៅអាត្មាភាពចាំលើកយកអំពីសហគមន៍ណាបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងណាដែលគាត់បានចាក់ចេញពីប្រទេសកំណើតពលគឺកម្ពុជាហើយមកកាន់ទីនេះណាដោយសារតែពុបហេតុអ្វី
So now we're going to talk about the community, how the people left their motherland and come to here, for what reason, why they're here, how did they became the community members here in this country.
ណាបងប្អូនខ្មែរដែលមកទីនេះភាគច្រើនគឺសុទ្ធសឹងតែជាអ្នកឆ្លងកាត់នៅសម័យសង្គ្រាមដែលយើងគេគ្រប់គ្នាបានដឹងហើយថាគឺជាសម័យប៉ុលពតឬក៏យើងហៅថាសម័យប្រល័យពូជសាសន៍
Majority of the people came here due to the fact that there was a war and they had to live and escape the Pol Pot regime, the genocidal regime. That's how they end up here. They try to escape that horrible thing.
ណាដោយសារតែសង្គ្រាមណាធ្វើឲ្យបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរត្រូវបែកបាក់ចេញពីភូមិកំណើតស្រុកកំណើតហើយត្រូវព្រាត់ប្រាសនារាបែកបាក់បងប្អូនស្វាមីភរិយាកូនចៅប្រុសស្រីហើយត្រូវជ្រើសរើសនៅទីតាំងក្នុងការរស់នៅមុននឹងចូលមកដល់ទឹកដីនៃសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះបងប្អូនខ្មែរមួយចំនួនត្រូវរស់នៅតាមជំរំដែលយើងធ្លាប់ដឹងថាមានជំរំខៅឯដាងជាដើម
Due to the fact that there's a war, because of the war, people had to leave their birthplace and come to birthplace and many, had to leave family members behind, kids, husband, wife, whatever, that they couldn't be together. And also before they got here, they had to escape and stay in the camp, refugee camp. And one of the camp's name is Cambodian before they got here.
3 ឆ្នាំ8ខែនិង20ថ្ងៃដែលបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរបានឆ្លងកាត់នៅភ្លើងសង្គ្រាម
3 years, 8 months and
10 days.
10 days that they had to live in the genocidal regime. that was killing many people.
បាទក្នុងគណៈពេលនោះបើតាមអាត្មាដឹងតាមរយៈចាស់ដែលគាត់បានដំណើរមកថាជាកំឡុងពេលមួយដែលយើងឮ snow គ្រាប់កំភ្លើងស្ទើរតែរាល់ថ្ងៃ
Back then when the people that lived through the era, they hear gunfires every day basically because of the war and the killing and all that.
នៅយើងអាចនិយាយបានថាពីឆ្នាំ 1975 រហូតដល់ 1979 ទើបកម្ពុជាបានស្ងប់ស្ងាត់នៅគ្រាប់កំភ្លើងខ្លះៗក៏ប៉ុន្តែក៏នៅតែមាន snow ឬក៏បន្សល់ទុកនៅជាតិផ្ទុះពាសពេញប្រទេសកម្ពុជា
Before that, from 75 to 79, the genocidal regime was running the government, the country, and but the sound of the bullets or the firing of the gun is a little bit quieter, but still there was still left like some other ammunition that was around that just killed people one way or the other.
ឆ្លងកាត់ភាពលំបាកដោយច្រើនណាបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរបានមករស់នៅក្នុងជំរំរហូតដល់យើងចាត់ទុកថាជាសំណាងល្អមួយដែលមានអង្គការសហប្រជាជាតិបានទៅទទួលនាយកបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងដើម្បីមករស់នៅប្រទេសទី3ពលគឺសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះ
Yes, Khmer is very lucky. We have the United Nations went to make refugee camps for the Khmer people that escaped the country from the Pol Pot regime. They took care of the people before everyone came to a different country.
ណាអញ្ចឹងគឺបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងដែលបានចាក់ចេញពីជំរំមកចូលមកកាន់ទឹកដីសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកនេះគឺយើងទៅកាន់រដ្ឋផ្សេងៗនៅក្នុងនោះមាន Rhode Island មាន Massachusetts មាន Cali Minnesota និងរដ្ឋដទៃទៀត
Yeah, when they left the camp, so many Khmer people went to different states. So we had Massachusetts, Rhode Island, California, and many other states. So.
ដូចដែលបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងបានដឹងហើយនៅលើទឹកដីនៃរដ្ឋ Rhode Island នេះពលគឺក្នុងក្រុង Providence នេះណាគឺយើងមានបងប្អូនខ្មែររស់នៅដោយច្រើនពីមុនយើងធ្លាប់ដឹងថាចាស់ៗក៏តែងដំណើរថានៅបណ្ដោយផ្លូវ Hanover នេះណាគឺសម្បូរទៅដោយបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងរស់នៅច្រើនកុះករមែនតើ
Yeah, when the Khmer people came to Rhode Island, many older people used to live along the Hanover Street. That was the main strip at that one point back in the early 80s. So at least through 85 when I was here. So.
ណាហើយដូច្នោះហើយកាលពីឆ្នាំ 1981 ដែលយើងបានដឹងយើងស្រាវជ្រាវឯកសារខ្លះៗនឹងលើដំណើរតពីបងប្អូនញាតិញោមយើងចាស់ខ្លះគាត់ដំណើរថាពេលនោះបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងនៅទីនេះច្រើនតែទោះបីជាឆ្លងកាត់សង្គ្រាមណាឆ្លងកាត់ដំណើរវែងឆ្ងាយយ៉ាងណាក៏ដោយតែពួកគាត់មិនបានបំភ្លេចចោលនៅប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់វប្បធម៌អរិយធម៌របស់ខ្លួនទេ
Back in 1980, 1980 when they first came, or 81, even though they had to go through a lot of difficulty when they got here, they did not forget their culture or their religion. So they picked this area for the first temple.
ហើយដូច្នេះហើយបានដោយសារតែការស្រឡាញ់វប្បធម៌ប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់អក្សរសាស្ត្រអក្សរសិល្ប៍ណាជាពិសេសគឺប្រពៃណីរបស់ខ្លួននឹងតែម្ដងធ្វើឲ្យបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងក្នុងកាលនោះគឺគាត់ចាប់ផ្ដើមពិភាក្សាគ្នាដើម្បីរកទីតាំងណាមួយក្នុងការកសាងវត្តព្រោះពួកគាត់មានជំនឿថាវត្តគឺជាទីកន្លែងដែលអាចអភិរក្សនៅប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់និងការផ្សាយចេញទៅនៅចំណេះដឹង
Anyway, so when they got here, they settled and they discussed as to where should they pick a place to be a temple, and they decided to pick this place on this Hanover Street here, and so that they can because they don't want to forget their culture, their, you know, what's that, culture and
custom.
custom.
Yeah.
And so they want to keep their culture and such, and so they decide to take this, place here to be a temple.
ណាអញ្ចឹងហើយបានវត្តនេះចាប់ផ្ដើមកើតឡើងហើយបើតាមអាត្មាចាំមិនខុសទេវត្តនេះត្រូវបានកសាងឡើងនៅក្នុងឆ្នាំ1981
So in 1981 they decided to form a temple here.
ដំបូងដៃមានតែប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងទេមិនទាន់មានប្រសង់ទេតែក្រោយពេលដែលបានកកើតទៅជាវត្តដូចនេះហើយបានពួកគាត់សម្រេចចិត្តនិមន្តប្រសង់មកចូលនៅក្នុងដើម្បីគង់ស្នាក់នៅទីនេះហើយនឹងផ្សព្វផ្សាយធម៌អាសិក្ខាវិន័យនិងរៀបចំកម្មវិធីទៅតាមបែបប្រពៃណីពុទ្ធសាសនាខ្មែរយើង
Yeah, according to some of the older folks, they believe that the people formed the temple first, and then before they went and found a Buddhist monk to come and stay at the temple.
អញ្ចឹងប្រសង់ទី1ដែលនិមន្តមកវត្តនេះគឺរូបសំណាកខាងក្រោយនេះដែលមានព្រះនាមថាព្រះមហាខុសនណ្ដាវាយាវ
The first monk that came to stay in this temple is the statue here. It's Khos Mahavayao, Khosnam Mahavayao, his name.
Yeah, and តទៅទៀតទៅបានយើងមានការធានាប្រសង់ហោហែមកច្រើនចំនួនទៅទៀតដែលយើងមានរូបថតនៅខាងតាមជញ្ជាំងឯជាដើមហ្នឹងមានន័យថាចាប់តាំងពីឆ្នាំ1981រហូតមកដល់បច្ចុប្បន្ននេះវត្តនេះគឺយើងបានកកើតចេញពីដំបូងអាគារតែមួយទេហើយរហូតដល់ឥឡូវយើងមានអាគាររហូតដល់3ណាគឺឆ្លងផ្លូវនឹងមួយហើយខាងក្រោយនេះ2ហើយនេះទីតាំងកន្លែងធំមួយសម្រាប់និមន្តប្រសង់មកគង់នៅហើយនឹងប្រពៃកម្មវិធីបុណ្យនៅទីនេះ
After the monk came, he decided, they sponsored many more monks came after them. So, and first only one building which was burned down, and then after that, there was that one building. Now we got 3 buildings, 2 in the back, 1 over there, and this is the place where like the worship hall.
ណាហើយជាឱកាសមួយដែលសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកបានផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យយើងហើយបងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរក៏សប្បាយចិត្តនៅក្នុងការប្រពៃធ្វើកម្មវិធីបុណ្យបើទោះបីជាបងប្អូនស្លាប់នៅស្រុកខ្មែរឬក៏ស្លាប់ពីសម័យសង្គ្រាមតែគាត់មានទីតាំងនេះសម្រាប់ប្រពៃធ្វើកម្មវិធីបុណ្យហើយជាពិសេសគឺគាត់សប្បាយចិត្តមែនតែនដែលសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកមិនបានបំបិទសិទ្ធិពួកគាត់ទេបានផ្ដល់ឱកាសឲ្យគាត់នៅតែរក្សាប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់និងជំនឿ
I'm sure many of them are very happy that the government gave them the right to have the worship place such as this temple, so that they can do their ceremony, even though like some people have relatives died in the motherland, they can do the worship, the ceremony over here on behalf of their relatives.
អញ្ចឹងហើយវត្តយើងអាចនិយាយបានថាឈរនៅបានគឺតំណាងឲ្យប្រពៃណីទំនៀមទម្លាប់វប្បធម៌អរិយធម៌របស់បងប្អូនប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរយើងគ្រប់ទិសទីទាំងអស់
So the temple stand for many things such as custom and culture and everything for the Khmer people to look after, to follow, to worship, or to keep their culture going.
ណាអញ្ចឹងអាត្មាលើកដោយសង្ខេបមកប៉ុណ្ណឹងដោយសារតែពេលវេលាយើងមានកំណត់អញ្ចឹងហើយបើសិនជាបងប្អូនយើងមានសំណួរណាអាចសួរបានបង
So we just gave a short version. So if you have any questions you can ask. Anybody?
ណា
You're just saying that the first one.
Hello, my name is Kaya and I am with
our school's PPD. My grandma was the vice president in 2017 of this temple, and I really love this temple a lot. And I really appreciate that our school's PPD decided to host a field trip today. So our school's PPD is an alliance of the Providence youth-led organizations to work together for educational justice. The campaign that we are working on is to fight for ethnic studies. We've done multiple field trips prior to this field trip to promote ethnic studies and to teach students how ethnic studies can be implemented in our schools and what it would be like if ethnic studies was here. The goal is to see ourselves reflected in our academic curriculum and to learn the real truth about what happened in the United States and how everything came to be. We also believe that this is a very important step towards our long-term visual of a successful future. And now I'm going to pass it on to Suan with the Khmer dancers.
Hello, thank you everyone for coming to the Ethnic Studies field trip. It's the last one, and we're going to have some storytelling and a panel of questions. But first, I would like to welcome the CSRI dancers to perform Rabam Chumpo, which also means the blessing dance, to bless the guests that are here today. And also, yes, my name is Suan. I'm from PRISM and also the Cambodian Society of Rhode Island. But dancers, come on up, and we're ready for you.
ដែលយើងរក្សានៅប្រពៃណីវប្បធម៌ជាតិអន្តរជាតិអញ្ចឹងអ្វីខ្ញុំចង់ដឹងអំពីវិធីសាស្ត្រនៃការគៀកោចាដែលអាចកកើតរូបកើតវត្តតារាមនេះបានអញ្ចឹងចាតើចេញពីការគៀកោការជួយជុំជ្រែងគ្នាពីជាតិខ្មែរខ្លួនឯងឬក៏មានការគ្រប់គ្រងពីរដ្ឋាភិបាលដែរអរគុណ
Y'all will be able to also ask some questions. So to get started, oh actually, y'all need a mic.
Remember those years was really, really tough. The first couple of years I was in Massachusetts, so basically I grew up in Providence, Rhode Island, and I attended Roger Willow Middle School. During that era, I remember there was so much racial tensions that we felt that the race didn't understand where we came from. We were made fun of, and it was a struggle, you know. And at the same time, I feel like, you know, my mother or anyone that I look up to as a guardian wasn't around because they didn't understand the American culture at all. So we had to blend in somehow, and you know, I didn't get the proper education I felt that I needed to. So I ended up dropping out at 9th grade. You know, I'm just looking back then, I was really illiterate, you know, about so many things. As I've gotten older, I've learned, you know, I've learned and I see things differently. And so from middle school, I went to a high school in Central.
To school, if you're a different race, it's harder than now. Now everybody's equal. Before, like as they get Asian, you get treated different from other race because you know you just came, you know, to their country. That you know most of the people think that oh you're coming to my country, you know you're gonna like have more privileges. No, we don't. You know, like it is real bad. Walking to school for 30-40 minutes every morning and coming out, you know, walking. And school-wise,
using our day just to survive, you know, getting slavery paycheck. And but like I remember just walking, like I live right here across the street, and just walking to school, and there would be just a bunch of kids waiting for you, just to beat you up because they can do it. Coming back, and then when you speak English, and then when you ask them to go to school, like, nah, I gotta work, I gotta pay. And then that's what led me to get in trouble, like, you know, on top of that, it was during, like, you know, there was a lot of drugs too in this community alone, because it was during the pandemic, you know, in 1979, 1980, it was a lot of drugs on the street. And, you know, we as human beings, we adapted to our habitat like animals, so what I see on the street is, you know, the gang banging, the work that it doesn't, you know, either you, that money can either land you up in jail or you're dead. So not having that communication in school or not having a mental guidance, you know, lead me to the street, and I started hanging around with, you know, thinking that you're doing the right thing by like, yo, I'm saying. That to something else that escalate to a snowball to us doing stupid shit as a young kid, like every American kid, we got in trouble, you know, we got incarcerated, we rehabilitated ourselves. Not only the people that, not only the individual that's getting deported is affected, but their family, you know. Now you have kids running around, just like I was without my father, they're gonna be without their father, and the spouse is gonna have to deal with, you know, what happened to me, you know, like, you know, getting bullied and stuff that, you know, these it left me with a lot of anger, so that's, thank you for listening.
So I want to add that we all grew up here.
ណាត្រូវការមានបាញ់ថ្នាំអីបាញ់ថ្នាំអត់បញ្ហាเขาជួយបានហ្នឹងហ៎
ai liêng thôi
ទឹកក្នុងគ្រាមានចាក់ណាយកដល់ក្នុងនោះកុំយកមកក្រៅយកអត់លេងបាយលេងទៅចម្រើនពរដល់ម្ចាស់សទ្ធាណាឥឡូវនេះរូបភាពវាយសិតដាក់ frame ដាក់អីទាំងអស់នេះមើលគួរជាទីជ្រះថ្លាទេសម្រាប់ដាក់ frame ឲ្យមើលទៅគួរជាទីសវនកម្មនេះឡើយដើមថ្នោតនេះដើមថ្នោតនេះដើមថ្នោតទៀតស្អាតដែរនេះទៅទៀតនេះក៏វត្តអានេះរូបភាពដូចគ្នាដែរណាអានេះក៏វត្តណែដាក់ទឹក frame ស្អាតដែរណាតែស្លាត្រេកអរណែមិនយកមកបោះចោលទេណាយកមកធ្វើចប់ផ្សាយ